Hey everybody, welcome back. Today's class we're working on the hips. We're working on a little bit of hip internal rotation. So we're going to do a series of little hip cars, we'll do spine cars, knee as well. Then we'll get into our base position where we're working from a 90-90 position. We'll do a couple little quick bit of internal rotation for the hips, pails and rails. We'll do some lift offs and some holds as well. So let's start with our cars. We're going to start with spine cars today. I'm just going to do it from this tall kneeling position. You can do it standing, collapse kneeling is fine. From here, I'm going to grab myself a nice big hug. Take a breath in. Good brace. Nice and slowly, I start to tuck my chin in towards my chest. And I start to round my spine forward. I round as much as I can without letting those hips bump back. When I can't anymore, I twist to the left. I side bend the right elbow, start to lift up as I begin to extend through the spine. And rotate to the other side. And round forward. And continue the same direction. Left, side bend, extend, rotate to the other side, little side bend, left elbow lifts, round forward. When you get back to center this time, twist to the right. Side bend, don't let those hips move around. Extend, rotate to the left, and round forward, and one more. Nice. And you're back to center. You come to lie down on our right side. I didn't mention in terms of props today, all that I've got is a yoga block, which is optional, and I've got a strap, which is probably going to be optional as well. If you don't have a strap, you can use a t-shirt or a towel, something like that as well. Apologies for not mentioning that at the start of the class. All right, so from here, we're in this side lying position. I got my bottom arm and fist, top arm grabs on, a little bit of tension, breath in. Bit of brace and tension through the body, left knee in towards the chest. Take it wide away from you. Internally rotate as you kick back. Stack the knees, extend back again. Take that leg up towards the sky and then externally rotate, knee towards the shoulder and back down. One more towards the chest. Wide, internally rotate like you're trying to lift the outer ankle and shin up as you kick back. Stack the knee, extend back again. Go wide, in towards the shoulder. Back down, we'll do some capsular cars from here as well. Bring that knee back in, take it wide. Now pause in this position, keep that hip as it is, and then internally rotate, try to lift that outer shin and ankle up, and externally rotate, try to bring that inside of the ankle towards your face. Nice. So imagine there's a skewer from your knee to your hip, and you're just rotating the hip in and out. Maybe one more in each direction. And release. And let's switch sides. All right. So again, upper body strategy for tension, hugging yourself, bottom arm and a fist, whatever works for you. Breath in. Bit of brace, right knee in, wide, internally rotate. Like you're trying to get that inside of the knee to face the back of your mat as you kick back. Stack the knee, extend back again, go up towards the sky, and the knee in towards the shoulder, the armpit, back down. One more time. Extending back, stack the knees, kick it back again, up towards the ceiling, in towards shoulder, back down. And we'll do those capsular cars as well. Knee in towards the chest, go wide, pause in that position. And now just internally rotate and externally rotate. Internal and external. Keep going back and forth. Go one more each direction. Nice, release. We'll come up to a seated position. We'll do knee cars as well. So here, I'll go right heel down on the ground here. I like to grab for the front of the shin so I can feel that tibia moving in and out. Take a breath in, a bit of brace, rotate out, and in. Out, and in. Next time you rotate out, stay out, kick up, rotate in, back down, don't touch the ground though. Rotate out, extend, in, back down, stay in, kick up, out, and down, in, and up, out, and down. Nice. Let's take it to the other side. So left heel on the ground, we'll start with just the rotating in and out. Rotate out and rotate in. Try to make it from the knee or the ankle, rotate out and in. This time rotate out, stay out, kick up, but as you kick up, keep trying to rotate out more. Rotate in, keep trying to rotate in more as you come back down. Rotate out, extend, in, back down, stay in, kick up, out, and down, in, up, out, and down, in, up, out, and down. Nice. Let's get into our first base position. We're going to be working for a 90-90 today. So let's go right shin forward and left hip back, meaning we're going to be working on this left hip to start with. So I'm not too concerned with what you do with this front hip. It's all about the back hip. So for me, I actually like to bring this front hip in. And from here, I've got my back hip, knee and ankle in alignment, making a 90-degree angle, 90-90, okay? So what we want to try and do is find a little bit of stretch in the outside of the hip here. So what I'm doing here, rather than facing towards this front shin, I'm turning my torso towards that back hip, and that's rotating my pelvis over the femur here. So once you find a little bit of stretch, nice slow breathing. We'll take a few breaths here, and I'll go over our pails and rails from this position. So just scanning for that stretch, and if you don't feel much sensation, that's okay. But just get to whatever you feel like it's a comfortable position for you there. So the pails action for this one is going to be, these are all isometric, so not actually any movement, but it's going to be trying to drive that back heel down to the left heel down into the ground and trying to sweep it forward towards the front of the mat. And that's externally rotating the hip. The opposite, the rails action, is trying to internally rotate the hip, like you're trying to get this ankle off of the ground, trying to lift off and rotate to the front of the mat. So rails driving down, trying to sweep through the ground. Rails internally rotate, trying to lift off and rotate forward. All right. We are going to do a 70% intensity set, and we'll go for about 30 seconds. We start light and we ramp up. I'll talk you through as we go. Let's take a breath in. Good brace. From there, with a light intensity, start pressing that back heel down into the ground, trying to externally rotate the hip. Find about 40% intensity. Find 60 to 70% thereabouts and hold 30 seconds. Try your best to maintain that intensity now. Try not to jump off, then back on and on. Maintain that same intensity the whole time. And that tension is through the whole body. My right leg's pressing down, my fingers are gripping the ground. We have 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, reverse. Rails, try to internally rotate. Hit that 60 to 70% mark straight away. So now ramping up for the rails. Halfway, 15 more seconds. Last 10. 3, 2, 1, and relax. See if you can sink into that stretch a little more. And take a couple breaths here. Okay, so we still be in this 90-90 position, or this sort of half 90-ish position. We're going to do the lift-offs from here. So this is the one, passive range holds from here, and then we'll do lift-offs. This is the one where you might use the belt or like a t-shirt. You'll bring it under that shin. I'll show you in a sec. So I can probably do it. Yeah, I'm going to use the strap as well, actually. Sometimes I do this one with my hands, but I think the strap works pretty well. So I'm going to be in this position here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate this hip internally as much as I can, and I'm contract and try and hold in that position as I release the strap. And we hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We slowly let it come back down. We grab back on, reset, and continue. If you're just grabbing onto the shirt here, you just take one hand on either side. It's the same thing. All right. Let's go 10 reps for 5 seconds. So Let's lift up. And now contract that rails tissue that we just worked on and release the support. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right back on, reset, release, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, that's 2. Back on, reset, contract, release. 5, 4, 3, 2, that's 3. Back on, reset, contract, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, that's 4. Reset, contract, release. 5, 4, 3, 2, 5. Halfway. Back on. Reset, release. 5, 4, 3, 2, that's 6. Keep going. Reset, contract, release. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 7. Back on and release. 5, 4, 3, 2, 8. Last 2. Reset and release. 5, 4, 3, 2, 9. One more. Back on and release. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 10. All right. We can move that strap to the side. This is going to be working that same hip, and now we're going to do lift offs. So if I'm in my end range position here, if I try and lift that leg off the ground, I can't. Or if I try and lift that ankle, I can't. So I need to turn myself more towards this front hip. And that's the position there. I can get just that little bit of clearance off the ground. We do 12 reps. So take a breath in, good brace, statue your torso, and from there, lift off, back down, 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 off, back down, lift off, back down, lift off, back down, off, and back down. 3 more, lift off, back down, lift off, back down. 1 more time, lift off, and back down. All right, from there, let's come back to this side lying position, and we'll do those capsular cars again, and then we'll catch up the other side. So from here, bring that top knee in towards your chest, take it wide, and just give me that internal rotation, find your end, squeeze out more, and external rotation. Internal and external. We've got tension in the upper body here as well. Keep going back and forth. We've got 2 more each direction. And release. All right, let's take that 90-90 to the other side. So now we're working the right hip, and we can walk that left leg in if that's comfortable for you there. If this position just doesn't work for you for whatever reason, I should have mentioned already, but you can pop a block underneath that lead hip, which would be, in this case, the left hip. All right, so here we're in the 90-90. We've got our hands back behind us, and now we're going to start to turn our hips towards that back, or our chest and torso towards that back hip, turning the pelvis in that direction. Once you feel a little bit of stretch there, sort of in the outside of the hip here, it'll feel like quite a deep stretch if you found it. Just hang out there, take a few breaths, and allow yourself to sink down into that stretch. Just try and relax into the stretch. Very important before we get into the work. So we do those 3 exercises on this side as well. Pails and rails, the passive range hold, and then the passive range lift offs. The pails action for this one, again, we're driving that foot down, trying to slip it forward towards the front of the mat. Rails, we're trying to internally rotate. We're trying to make this action with the hip we're trying to lift off, but because we're at our end range, we won't be able to. All right, let's go. So I've got my timer, here it is, and we'll go that 70% for 30 seconds. Let's take a breath in, good brace, and then light intensity, driving that heel down to the ground, trying to sweep it to the front of your mat here. Ramp up, find around 70% and hold. Just find that tissue that rotates the hip and give it a good squeeze. And still maintain tension through the body. We have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 70% straight away. Try to internally rotate that hip. Try and get it off, that ankle off the ground. Imagine there's a scale underneath there. Try to get as light as you can in that scale. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and nice. Release. Beautiful. We'll grab on here. And we'll do our passive range hold as well. Alright, so I'm going to grab on. From there, I'm going to lift that leg off the ground to my range here. I'm going to contract that internal rotation, that rails tissue, release and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it come back down, lift up, reset, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset, lift up, contract, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift back up. Reset, release, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back on, release, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back on, contract, release, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 more. Lift up, release, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 2. Lift up, release, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 1. Lift up, release, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to release the strap. We'll do the lift offs, and then we're almost done with this class. A nice snappy class today. So you're going to have to lean forward a little bit here. And here I can just get that little bit of lift off. I'll make it a little bit harder for myself, turning myself a little bit more towards that back hip. That's a good position right there. Breath in. Good brace. Lift off. Back down. Lift off. Back down. Lift off. Back down. Lift off. Back down. Off. Back down. Lift off. Back down, lift off, down, off, back down, lift off, back down. Last 3, lift off, and down, off, back down, off, and back down. Time to lie down on the left side. We'll do those capsular cars as well. And we're just about done for today. All right, so upper body strategy for tension. Bring that right knee in towards you, take it wide, pause in that position, and just bring out that internal rotation and external rotation. Find your end, squeeze out more. Internal and external. And just keep going back and forth. Get 2 more each direction. Nice. Beautiful. Let's finish with some hip cars. We're all done. We'll come to lie back down on our right side, and we'll do the full hip cars. We'll do 2 in each direction. Whenever you're ready, nice, slow, gentle hip cards. Left knee in, wide. Internally rotate as you kick back. Stack your knees, extend wide towards your shoulder, armpit area. Back down. One more time. Stack those knees. Extend back again. Go wide towards your armpit. Back down and switch sides. 2 on this side. And we're done for today. All right, let's go nice and slow. Low intensity for these last couple of reps here. Nice, that's one more. Knee towards you, go wide, internally rotate, like lift the outer ankle and shin up as you extend. Stack the knees, extend back, go wide. Armpit, back down. All right, that's our class for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope those hips are feeling good. Nice, snappy class. You can really chuck this one in sort of as a warm-up or as training all on its own. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how you go. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.